Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Thank you for clicking on my video. I hope that you hit the subscribe button if you like this video. For my returning subscribers, of course, thank you for taking the time to watch it. Everyone, please be sure to hit that bell beside the subscribe button so that you get alerted when I upload. I have just one quick announcement to make. Recently, just trying to keep up with the schedule of posting 3 videos a week. I was trying to stick to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule, but that gets a little bit complicated and it's a little hectic to stick to exactly Monday, Wednesday, Friday. As you guys saw last week, I only posted 1 video and I apologize for that. Last week was crazy. I mean, so busy. I don't know if it was a combination of the time change and then the weather and it snowing and it being super cold, but it was just, I was so exhausted and worn out. But I mean, I had content, I just had to edit it. And so just taking time to think about what I really wanted to do. So instead of sticking to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I think I was going to stick to 3 days of the week, period. That's why it's very important for you guys to hit the notification bell, so that way you know what day of the week I upload a video. But anyways, guys, that was the only thing I wanted to mention really quickly, just to give you guys a heads up if you guys notice any changes. But yeah, so today I want to go ahead and do a morning bright-eyed glam, like something you can do really quickly in 10 minutes. Of course, this video probably won't be 10 minutes because I'm going to be explaining things, but something that makes you look fresh and dewy and just radiant and awake, and just good for any day of the week, for work, for school, I mean for anything, honestly. But yeah, so let's just get right into the video. I'm just putting on a moisturizer on my lips. This is the Vaseline Lip Therapy Rosy Lips. Like I said, it gives your lips a little bit of a tint, but it's super hydrating. I actually like to use this at night, especially now in the winter, once I've washed my face and everything, especially because we have radiator heating. And so I feel like that just dries out the air more even here, and then my lips get really dry and cracky, and I already have dry lips. I don't need them to look even more dry. So I'll put this on overnight, slather it on my lips, sleep, and then maybe in the morning, and honestly my lips are super soft and plump. The first things first, to prep the skin, I'm going to go ahead and spray my face with the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. These lights are so great. Got in my face, got in my mouth. So as that kind of dries and sets, we're gonna go in and do our brows. So normally I would just skip this part. I'm not gonna skip it, but I'm not gonna really talk through this. I'm just gonna go ahead and fast forward through my brows. You'll still see the product I'm using and the tool I'm using, but I mean, my technique really hasn't changed so much. It's basically the same thing, no matter what product I use. So yeah, we'll just go there. So I'm going to use the Smashbox eyebrow pencil that I usually always use with the Smashbox eyebrow trio. This one is in the, Smashbox Brow Tech. That's what it's called. I am in dark brown. Okay, so now that our eyebrows are done and my skin is set, the one thing I like about this spray, especially for like a prep for makeup, is that it leaves your skin like a hair tacky, which I like, so your foundation will really stick. But I'm going to go ahead and color correct as I usually do. This time around I'm going to use the Anastasia Cream Contour Kit. I'm going to take this salmon shade right here and apply that to my face, under my eyes, and anywhere I have some kind of discoloration, just to even out my skin tone. before we go in with anything else. If you hear rattling in the background, my radiators are turning on. I'll try and put music to mask that, but you're gonna hear it. Just going in. Okay, and then I also am going to cream contour for something as, you know, simple as a daytime look. I like to, actually in every kind of makeup look, I like to actually contour underneath my foundation. But even more so when you're going for a daytime look, something that's light and fresh, you don't want a harsh contour like line on top of your foundation. You want something to look natural, as if it was placed there by God. So I'm going to go ahead and mix. I'm actually going to just take this middle shade right here and contour with that, and the brush I'm using is a Morphe E14. So we're going to go with the hollows of my cheek and then on my 5 head. This kit isn't the most creamy, I would say, but if you add some oil to it, that's an easy fix. So if you guys own this but you don't really use it because it's just too hard to blend, adding some oil to it, to the cream, will help. And then we're going to go ahead and do that underneath here. I want to push that contour all the way to the back. Now if you aren't a person who contours, you can definitely skip this step and just move on to foundation. That is definitely what I'm going to do next. I'm going to try and stick to a lot of cream products today just because I feel like that looks the most natural, but if you want the cream products to last, you do want to set it with a powder product, at least just with a light hand. I swear, do you think my window was open with how clearly you can hear the outside traffic? But some good alternatives for some cream contour products besides the Anastasia cream contour. Smashbox has a contour set. Wet n Wild came out with the Wet n Wild cushions, contour cushions. These are really great. I actually own the contour and the highlight one that I'm going to use today. I totally forgot I had this, otherwise I would have used this. I try and use the more affordable products on my channel just because I feel like, I mean, let's be real. If there's a product that's like $3 that does an amazing job, why spend the money on this? You know what I mean? Like, this unfortunately came out before these, that's why I grabbed it. But honestly, amazing, amazing. Especially the highlighter. I love the highlight one. I've used it before on my channel, but yeah, so here there are some options for you. So moving on, we're going to go to foundation. Now, I do have a lot of foundations that I love to use. Majority of my foundations are drugstore, but honestly, if I am going to use something that's going to give me a dewy, bright, kind of healthy look to the skin, I'm going to go ahead and grab my Becca Aqua Luminous foundation. I know a lot of people don't like this foundation, but I actually really love it. I have dry skin, so anything luminous or hydrating, I'm going to just go ahead and gravitate towards. However, a really good drugstore hydrating foundation are the L'Oreal Pro Glow foundations. Those are actually really good as well. But for today, I do want to go in with this one just because I've been loving this, especially now for the winter, to add to my face. I will say I'm not a fan of this like dropper, whatever the hell this thing is. I just feel like it doesn't really give me anything. So to stick with the whole dewy look and dewy finish, I am going to go in with a sponge. A sponge is a really great tool to use to give your skin hydration, keep the foundation light so it's not cakey. However, you can definitely go in with a brush if you want a more fuller coverage. I still want my skin to look like skin, and this foundation is great at doing that, but I also just want to use a sponge because I am dry. So I'm going to avoid my under eye area as much as possible. I'm just going to get the perimeter just because I'm going to go in with concealer and I don't want the eye to be super heavy or cakey. So as you can see with that, you can still see my skin and a couple of my imperfections peeking through, but you see how luminous that looks? That's what we're going for. Before we go with any of our powder products, we do want to go in with all of our cream products. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is go in with, you know what I totally forgot to do? Prime my face. I mean, I know I sprayed my face, but I wanted to go in with a hydrating primer and a pore filler, and I forgot. We're going to go in with concealer next. So concealer, you want your under eyes to stay light, but yet concealed, and especially me, I don't want anything drying under the eyes because that just makes everything look more wrinkly and cakey and disgusting. So what I'm going to do, I have an itch, is go in, I'm going to go ahead and mix 2 concealers. You definitely do not have to do this. Of course, I'm going to go in with my concealer, my Photo Focus concealer from Wet n Wild. I love this stuff. I wear this on its own. But just to add some more luminosity under the eyes and some more hydration, because this isn't the most hydrating concealer ever, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Concealer. Is that what it is? Yeah, Pro Glow Concealer. I am in the shade, it doesn't tell you my shade, but it's basically the more yellow one out of the bunch. And then with the Wet n Wild one, I am in the shade Tawny, I believe. Basically, not really doing the whole triangle thing, because when I blend out, I will blend out in a triangle. Right now I'm just kind of focusing the concealer where I need it. And then I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal one, because this one's a little bit lighter and a little bit more runny, as you can see. And just add that on top, and then anywhere else we would normally highlight. I didn't even have to dip back in. Look how much product. This thing's bomb. So that is how we're looking. As you can see, the concealer does have a luminous finish, which I actually really like. So then we're going to go in with our cream products before we go in with our powders. So first things first, we'll go in with some bronzer, some blush, some highlight, the usual stuff. So for bronzer, I am going to dip back into this right here because I have it out in front of me and I didn't pick out a cream bronzer. But again, ton of different options, more inexpensive options. Smashbox contour and bronzing sticks. Wet n Wild has a lot of cream products. e.l.f. has a lot of great cream bronzers. So you do have some options. I'll try and in my next video incorporate some of those options. But for right now, we're going to go in with this. I'm going to take a mix of these 2 shades right here and bronze the skin. The good thing about cream products is that if you go too heavy-handed like I just did on the side, you can just always go back in with a sponge and blend that. For blush, I'm going to go in with, I have quite a few. NYX has a lot of great cream blushes. e.l.f. has a lot of great cream blushes. I think Milani has some. Wet n Wild, which are some that I'm going to use. They're technically highlighters, but I swear they are not their blushes. Let's swatch that. Those are luminous blushes. What are you talking about? I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild's Mega Glow Multi-Stick. This is in the shade Carnational Anthem. I'm going to take some on my brush. I already applied some to this side, as you guys can see. And I'm going to stipple that on my cheeks. If you hear Chewy, he is whining. I don't know why. She's staring at my husband playing in the other room. So there are 2 highlighters I have. I'm not exactly sure which one I want to use. I think I'm going to go in with the cushion for this one. I am going to go in with my sponge though, a plain sponge. I'm going to take this one right here from the Cream Shop. I'm just going to dip into the product and add that right on. Might have went in a little too much. Alright, so then what we're going to go ahead and do is set the face and go in with powder product. I'm going to go in with the Milani Prep Set and Glow. This thing is broken. I need to get a new one. And to keep with the luminosity and with the brightness, I'm going to go in with the Milani Prep Set and Glow powder. and dust this, the same brush, just a little bit underneath. And really focusing it on that inner corner just because of how dark it gets under there for me. For the rest of the face, going in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder. This is in the shade Golden Tan. I'm going to take this really big fluffy brush and dust this all over my face. We're just going to stipple. I know this may seem counterproductive because we just put all of that cream product on and it's going to take away the luminosity, but I promise it won't. You can see the highlighter is still very much visible. I think for the most part everything is drugstore from here on out. There may be like one product that isn't, but we'll see. For bronzer, I love bronzer. I have tons and tons of bronzers. e.l.f. has amazing bronzers. I have a few of their bronzers here. Wet n Wild. This is my all-time favorite bronzer. So I'm going to take a little bit of that and start bronzing the skin. I am not going to contour because we've already done that with the cream products, and in the morning we don't need to like contour twice. Like, why would we want to do that? So for blush, my top two favorites, hands down, will always repurchase and will always have, is the L'Oreal True Match Blush in Warm Shade and the Milani Luminoso. Obviously everyone knows about Luminoso. It is like a staple to having a collection. I like mixing both of these together. So the first thing I'm going to go in with is Warm Shade from L'Oreal, and this also has a little bit of a golden sheen. Again, sticking with looking like you're lit from within and you're awake and you're fresh face. I'm going to go ahead and stipple that on my cheeks lightly. You don't have to go too heavy because we did do some cream blush. And then just on the apples of my cheeks is where I go in with Luminoso. So for highlight, there are two options you can go. You can go with more natural, kind of lit from within, or something that's a little bit more poppin'. So the first one is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This sucker is beautiful. It looks like nothing in the pan, like it's just a regular like white powder. I'm telling you, it's beautiful. I'm going to show you just the everyday highlight, kind of lit from within, and then you can decide if you want to put a little pop on it. Pop, you know? Again, we have the cream highlighter underneath, so this will give it a little bit more of an oomph and will make your highlighter last a little bit longer throughout the day. So you can definitely stop there. This is a beautiful highlighter, and I will say it does last all day by itself without a cream product. Because I'm extra and I do want a little bit something at the high points, I'm just going in with a little bit of the Mega Glow highlighter here in Precious Petals. And I'm just going to hit just the very top of the cheekbone. Right there. So then we're keeping the eyes simple like I mentioned, because I feel like the more lit from within look is mainly your face. I'd like to go ahead and go back in with the bronzer we used and put that on our crease. So we're going to go in with the bronzer and buff that in the crease. I do want like a little bit more warmth in there, a little something something, so I'm going to go in with the same brush. I'm going to go in with the blush we used, the Warm Shade. Just a little bit of that, and I'm going to put that in the crease. So then I'm going to go in with the Prep Set in Glow Powder, or you can even use, let's try the Essence Pure Nude. I'm going to put that all over the lid and really pack that all over the eye. Having a light eyeshadow on the lid just really makes you look more awake. Then we're going to go back in with a little bit more of that bronzer and blush combo and focus that on the outside corner right here and just blend a little bit more in there. And then to make the inner corners extremely bright, I'm just going to go in with, I think I'll do the cushion, try that out. I haven't tried that out actually. Well, that's pretty bright, but I do want to go in and go in a little bit with this highlighter. Perfect. This is how we're looking. Alright, and then for mascara, I'm going to go in with my two favorites, the Roller Lash and the Essence False Lash Effect Mascara. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is spray the face to lock everything in, and then we'll do lips. So to set the face, I'm going to use the Milani Make It Last setting spray. So for the most part, I like to wear something that's kind of like the color of my lips but a little bit better. This is the NYX lip liner in Natural. So if you are a matte lip girl, you can honestly just use the lip liner and be done with your day. I like a little bit of gloss, so I'm going to really focus that kind of on the center of my lips. Oh, before I forget, if you really want your eyes to look extremely bright, going in with a nude on your waterline or a light color, I'm going to take this one from NYX. This is their White Smoke faux white eyeliner. I'm just going to line my waterline really quickly. As you can see, it just brings some brightness to your eyes. Alright guys, so that completes this whole bright and dewy lip from within makeup look using some cream products. I try to stay as best as possible to my drugstore options and really just trying to minimize the amount of products that you're going to use. But this is what we came up with. I hope you guys like it. I actually love the way it turned out. I love looks like this that are more natural, kind of everyday. You can just do it, and the more you do it, the faster you'll get. But yeah guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Other than that guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye.